Okay, so the last thing that I was going to show you guys, this is not complete, but the last thing that I wanted to show you is how to apply the materials. So I'm going to go back into my table. I'm just going to double click it, and that is one of the properties of our part. So if we go down here to our physical properties, we can add the material in, and notice that it's all generic right now. So nothing is loaded up. Everything's just some generic. We don't know what material anything is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select each one of these, and as I go down here, I'm going to change the material. So if I go right here to the material selection, I'm going to go, what is the first one made of? The valve key spring keeper pin. Drill rod. So that's going to be a high strength, low alloy. And I can right click and say assign to selection. Okay, so if you wanted that again, you could select up here, so it's just adding it to our materials. So I'm going to save that. I'm going to go to the next one. What's the rocker arm roller pin made out of? Notice how they all changed that. Stainless steel 304. So I'm going to go down to stainless steel, and instead of the inventor library, you can go to the Autodesk material library and get a lot more materials. So stainless steel 304. Stainless steel 304 right there. And I'm going to right click and say assign to selection. Okay, and I'm going to save that one. I'm going to go to the next one. It's going to be the same thing. So let's go to the table and look and see what it did. Where is that? So I'm going to go to properties, physical, and I'm going to add it back in there. What happened? Now everything's stainless steel. I don't know why. Maybe I didn't say okay on that. Doggone it. So the only one that I really have to change is this one. And I can go up here and I can say high strength, low alloy, and right click and okay. And then I go to the roller pin. It gives you that problem because that's not applied to these. So these are all 304 stainless steel until we get to the next one, and that would be the cam bushing. What is that one? Phosphor Bronze? So on Phosphor Bronze, we're going to use bronze, or if we're in this, we could use a bronze alloy if we can find it. There's an architectural bronze and a mechanical bronze, so I'm just kidding. There's cast or soft tin bronze, so I'm just going to do this one and right click and say OK. So what happened to that? I don't like doing this very much. Let me see if it put it up here. I think I have to double click it on it to get it in the top. Bronze. Nope. So it's added up here. Right click on it. Add to. I don't want to do that. Let's see if it's added to the library up here. Okay, so I'm going to select this part. Select material to apply. Good. Bronze. Add to favorites. Delete. Edit.
What about that button right over? Yeah, can you drag it? Can you drag it onto the part?
So what I'm going to do is select this first and then go in and do that. See how I have it pre-selected? And then right click and assign to selection. Yeah. And say OK. Valve tap it. Still stainless steel. So what's the valve tap it material? So I'm going to select it. So I've got the whole dang part. Valve tap it. Let's go to this. Drill rod. Okay, so the next 6 are this. Assign to selection. And say OK. So the next 6 are drill rod. So let's go down into our table. Yeah. So we have high strength low alloy here. That's a better way to do it, isn't it? Let's go into Excel. And then here's high strength, low alloy. And this one, and I'm going to drag it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many is that? That's 6. This one too goes all the way down to -13. Is that correct? And then save that and get out of that. So the next part should have that material applied. So you're going to go through every one of these and make sure that your material is applied. When I check these parts, I'm going to make sure that you have your materials. I'm going to make sure that all your features are shown. I can see when holes are weird because I've checked these sometimes. So when I check these, I'm essentially going to run through each one of your configurations to make sure it's making correctly, it doesn't have a bunch of errors in it, that kind of thing, okay? I don't know if there are more materials. There are probably some other bronze and things that we have to change out, but I don't know if there are a bunch of other kinds. There's probably a brass right here for these overflow tubes. So if you can find out how many materials, you can just put those in there, have those easily available, and then just change it in the spreadsheet once you get them in there. Does that make sense? All right.